This quote I was
Yep.
reading before from Leotard, which again describes knowledge or postmodern knowledge
Yeah.
in terms of a cloud of gnats, or well, I'll just read his phrases. He says, I define postmodern as incredulity toward meta-narratives. That's understandable.
Mm-hmm.
To the obsolescence of the meta-narrative apparatus of legitimation. Oh, these French philosophers. To that obsolescence corresponds the crisis of metaphysical philosophy and of the university institution which it has relied on. The narrative function is losing its great hero, its great dangers, its great voyages, its great goal. It is being dispersed in clouds of narrative language elements.
Yes.
Conveyed within each cloud are pragmatic valencies specific to its kind. Thus, the society of the future falls less within the province of a Newtonian anthropology, brilliant idea, such as structuralism or systems theory, see a critique right there, than a pragmatics of language particles, another cloud. There are many different language games, a heterogeneity of elements. They only give rise to institutions in patches, local determinism. That really destroys the whole foundation of every noun we've ever used.
Well, there's something else in there that I love, and I didn't catch this before until I hear you reading it. And that's that, you know, people pick it up and they see Lyotard is going after meta-narratives. Meta-narratives.
Yes, yes.
He's going after narratives, period, in there. The idea of these narrative wholes, these stories that
These
come as wholes.
Unities.
Yes, he says there, instead story fragments, little dust particles.
Exactly.
And I like that so much more. If you're sitting with a group of people and you're having a conversation, you rarely get to finish your story, because it just goes on to another story and another story.
Well, the internet, when it became more popular and dispersed among lots of people,
Yeah.
what amazed me was that these two Frenchmen were describing the social effects, or the effects in fields of knowledge, of particle work, which is what the internet was based on. And to my great astonishment, these events are now happening, which exactly illustrate this critique. He criticizes the decision makers attempting to manage these clouds of sociality, another cloud, according to input-output matrices that allocate our lives for the growth of power in matters of social justice and of scientific truth alike. The legitimation of that power is based on optimizing the system's performance. The application of this criterion entails a certain level of terror. Isn't that wonderful? Whether soft or hard, be operational or disappear. That's an amazing piece of writing.
Yes.
And that's what gave me the idea that if we began using this other different image, the assemblage,
Yes.
the non-richly cross-joined unit and temporary too, it's not a long-lasting unit. And suddenly I could see that what the internet was doing and the cell phones were doing and all these other means of communication was operating with great power, both for good or for bad, depending on your values.
Yes. Yeah.
Just amazing to me.
Yeah.
And this man, Lyotard, and that man, Deleuze, people like that, foretold
Yes.
this shift, major shift, like the Gutenberg Bible.
Mm.
So I call this the rhizome century.
Mm.
And that's what really astounded me when I realized the depth and import